Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're asking, have Thai visas been languishing for over half a decade? And the reason for asking that question, I was reading an article in the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Good article. For those who are interested, you should go check it out. I'm going to quote a little excerpt here. The article is titled, "Retirement No Mere Snooze." And quoting directly, "Meanwhile, Thailand has been languishing for the better part of over half a decade, trying to introduce a visa option for the ever-growing remote work community." The point of the video, or the point of the article seemed to be, retirees have problems maintaining status, kind of a cumbersome system. And then also, it was kind of talking about encouraging certain types of foreign workers to come in, and do business here in Thailand. Now, my argument to that is it really conveys to me something of a lack of a real deep understanding of the Thai immigration system. Quite honestly, I won't say it's easy, but it's relatively straightforward, especially compared to other jurisdictions in this region. It's relatively straightforward for foreign nationals to come in, set up a company, and use that company as a vehicle to maintain long-term business visa and work authorization status. On top of this, for American citizens, there's the added bonus of the provisions of the U.S.-Thai Treaty of Amity, which allow folks to come into Thailand, and it allows Americans to come into Thailand and set up their companies virtually 100%, 100% ownership, notwithstanding the provisions of the Foreign Business Act. So what I would say is there are currently B visa options out there, and it's a relatively, again, I may think it's straightforward because I deal with it all the time, and we usually have our clients from set up and from the time they talk to us till the time we're pretty well done with it, 6 weeks or so, we can have folks in Thailand, depending on circumstances. It all depends on circumstances, but we usually a couple of months we can have folks in Thailand, business visas, work permits, maybe sometimes even less. If they're in Thailand, we may be able to effect a conversion. Again, circumstances depending. But I don't really think it's fair to say that, the Thai immigration system has languished. And, frankly, a lot of the quote-unquote improvements, things like smart visas, haven't really applied to a broad amount of possible foreign investors. And quite frankly, I think that there's a lot of opportunity in the Thai immigration system already. And to some extent, I won't say everything in the Thai immigration system is hunky-dory. I mean, there's things that could change. And that can be said for any immigration system, quite frankly, including the U.S. A lot of improvements could be made in there. But, long story short, there are opportunities within the immigration system for foreign nationals to come to Thailand and do business on a long-term basis.